So it's a little noisy. I got the fans running, but today is lower control arm day. But looking at this, I may be replacing more. Since I got to pull the control arm off, I may just yank the knuckle off while I'm at it and redo all this and clean it up. But anyways, this video I'm replacing the control arms. The bushings are shot. A lot of people won't replace. They'll just replace the ball joint. But if you're gonna replace, if the ball joint's bad, so is the rubber going to be in the rest of the control arm. So you really got to replace it all at that time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. So I didn't get to film removing the spring of the control arm. My GoPro died, and I have mechanics that I pay to come and help me get stuff done, and I couldn't stop. And then the other GoPro was dead, so it was one of those days. So basically, I got the new control arm now. The key is, you'll see that I compress the spring. You'll compress the spring, and you won't do anything but remove the knuckle here on the bottom here. You'll drop it with it compressed. If you've compressed it correctly, you should be able to reach in and pull the spring out. And there's a lip here. That lip is what holds the spring. If you have not compressed it, if you cannot grab the spring and pull it out, then you got a problem. Then you need to recompress it. The good news is, as long as you don't force it off that ring, you can recompress it and it's not a big risk. The key thing you will need is a jack to put underneath this and to keep pressure on it when you recompress it. When you put the new spring on, there's a little, the tail here will fit right in the middle there. There's a little, on the new control arm, there's a little bump in there that holds it. You have to make sure you're centered up and down. And when you put the spring on, still compressed, make sure you hook it into the spring into that gap. Make sure that it's in the right placement there, and put it up in there. The other thing I've done, because I've had these springs explode, with this new compression kit I still run zip ties. So I zip tie the springs, which all it does is buy you time, and it also absorbs the shock of the spring absorbing. Again, there's even straps you can buy and stuff like that, but that's the key. You do not tighten these control arms down until you're done with all your work. I'm going to take this car back in for an alignment So once I'm done here, I will tighten it without the wheel being on and sitting on the ground. If you're not going to realign your vehicle, which when you put new control arms, you really do have to realign. You should take the car for realignment. If you think you're not going to take the car for realignment and trying to save the money there, you would have to tighten these pivot bolts after you've dropped the car to spec. But again, sorry I couldn't film that, but I'm going to continue here. I'm putting new hubs. I'm putting new tie rods on it. The car was, you know, bouncing down the road. It would shake. And one of the control arms here was, it was completely shot. If you look at the control arm, look at this. It literally is moving. It's probably the worst one I've ever seen. And not only that, there should be a seal on this. You lose the seal on the pivot here, you got to replace it. There is a bump stock on these. I haven't pulled them off yet. That you should put it back on the car. Some people don't put them back on, or they just buy new ones. It's really up to you on that. Set at 25 pounds. Okay, spin one full turn. A couple turns to be good to set it. Back off 1/2 turn. So 1/2 turn. And then set at 25. 85 pounds.
So if you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button below. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell if you want some notifications. See you next time on Chasing Mustangs.
Thanks.
All right.
Great job.
Yeah, I see it like literally every day.